Peace. Peace, peace. Let me know if y'all can hear me. How y'all doing? Hey, Bill. How you doing, girl? Yeah. I've been nervous, y'all. It's taking me a minute to get on this live. Let's just say. I had a good spiritual and physical ass whipping coming. But we're gonna get to it. Let's see. I know Facebook be tripping on this bullshit. Peace, peace. Oh, I cannot, y'all. I swear I can't find everybody name on this clip. It's only giving me certain names. Peace to everybody. How is y'all Saturday going? I am nervous. I don't know why. But I am going to push forward. I don't know why I'm nervous, but it's like I've been prepping myself all day for this live, y'all. And all of a sudden I got chills. I don't know even the reason behind that right now. But we're going to get into this heart, this mind of mine, and lately where I have been. Peace, peace, bro. Lately where I have been, turn this down a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to turn down that low. Yeah. I'm just in a space with myself now where honesty is everything, especially with dealing with yourself. And being realistic with myself, just, diving in some areas within myself that I didn't even know even existed. I've always said that, the spiritual thing, your journey is constantly, you're going to constantly go through healing. You're going to constantly go through trials and tribulations. Okay. You're going to constantly go through something, but the growth, of the gaining is all about just understanding, reflecting, taking accountability, all of those things. So, when this new situation popped up in my relationship, your girl definitely went into a haywire. And that wasn't just even all of it. That's just a little part of it. Or where my mind had already been before that situation. I'm going to say this first before I get started. This is not a live to explain why I post what I posted, because it's not what it is. I still stick by my post. Definitely, it is my truth. This is not a live to try to get some type of sympathy or some type of validation from anybody. This is strictly from me, okay? Based on my reactions, my actions, my mental, okay? Peace, pieces. And, everybody know I'm married and we go through shit. Hell, you even go through shit with yourself, but we go through shit. And just to sum that post up, I'm going to just get to that little part. We had so much going on in our relationship. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that. We had a lot going on. Like, he was working extra hard. He was working 2 jobs. I was vendoring. We had multiple family outings and events. We was planning so much stuff. So, time was passing. We was enjoying ourselves. And I got a major revelation with this whole experience that I just went through, dealing with myself. Okay. But everything was good. We was in a good space. My marriage is not in a bad space, but I didn't realize that time had passed so much, by us being so busy. Peace, sis. Peace. And I'm nervous. I don't know, y'all, but time had passed so much, so we didn't even realize that, the meetings wasn't happening. And I'm just going to address them as meetings, okay? The grown folks know. But the meetings wouldn't happen. We wasn't in that space. Our headspace was straight on grind mode. Family, enjoying each other, which is the most important thing. But we didn't even realize that had happened in our journey, in our relationship. So once I got to a space where I'm not busy, which is January, also the month I stopped smoking, decided to just go ahead and stop smoking cigarettes, okay? Which I backpedaled on because of all of this, okay? Alright, but I'm still going strong. Trust me. I said I'm going to stop, I'm going to stop. It's going to take me many times probably to fail, but that's not my mindset. It's just not to give up. I'm going to keep pushing regardless of what. I'm going to learn different tactics on how to handle triggers and all kind of other things so I can stand strong in my mind on that mission of quitting. Because just this type of energy that I had took me off track. It took me off, I fuck y'all. Okay? Didn't even care. Had forgot all of it. Couldn't even stay steady on, strong and focused on my mission and what I wanted to do because I had so much going on. But at this time that I'm sitting with myself, I'm starting to realize, damn, we ain't had no meetings. It's been a minute, Thank you, sis. It is. I mean, I had to, this shit had to get me, okay? Self-awareness really had to goddamn sit my ass down, okay? But it was a major lesson I gained in this. There's always something in these things that I go through, these experiences, with ourselves. We gonna always gain something from it, okay? But, so I'm like, we ain't been in a meeting. We ain't had a meeting in a minute. Like, it's been months. Like, I haven't even thought about it. He ain't thought about it. We've been enjoying each other on different levels, okay, other than the meeting, okay? So, we having other meetings, okay, other than just in that bedroom, okay? So, I'm like, damn. We talked about it as we should, I had to talk to him first. But I had to have a talk to myself first. Like, damn, is this really what it is? What's going on? So once I started, talking to myself, I addressed it with him first. Anything that I put out, trust me, we've already had a conversation about it. Okay? So I talked to him about it. But we wasn't meeting where we needed to meet. Okay? On each occasions that we planned. It just wasn't happening. So with the mental female, okay, My mental was like, oh shit, something ain't right. What the fuck going on? You know, I'm trying. You know, these old ass scripts, these old ass energy thoughts that I've had before in the past with old relationships, they starting to surface. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, like, I'm trying everything. He trying, but I'm trying. And it just ain't working. But at this point, you know, my mind is in an overdrive. So I go into all of these things that I've been working on. Okay? Alright? So I have little trust issues. I do. That's being because of previous experiences. It has nothing to do with him. It's just my experiences. And a lot of women, we do carry that, okay? And we play those shits out in our relationships, our current relationships. So, my trust issues is very little, okay? I definitely trust myself a lot, but it's hard for me to trust other people sometimes, okay? Especially when my mind is going into this dark space within me and I'm looking at shit from a different angle that really ain't what it is, but it's reflecting because of old experiences. Alright? So I got trust issues, and I do put him through some of those situations with my trust, okay? Because it's like the shit ain't lining up for me. And that's really selfish of me, okay? That's really selfish of me because of my own beliefs. And he could be sitting there telling the truth of everything, and I'm just in my ways sometimes when I fall back into certain situations, especially in our relationship, because we went through so much in our relationship, and a lot of y'all don't know that. The first 10 years of our life in our relationship was scripted. Very scripted. And what I mean by scripted, I mean it was based off other people relationships. You know, our parents, our elders, you know, people that's been around, you know, friends and family. You know, it's just, we've imitated other people's experiences. You know, our surroundings, what we grew up around. Both of us had dysfunctional families. Okay? There was no healthy relationships. We're not afraid to address that. We know that. We've learned that through our games in our relationship. Alright? That we both were surrounded around dysfunctional relationships. Alright? We didn't know how to have a healthy relationship. You're welcome, sis. That's why I don't judge people on their relationships. You know, I can only go off of my experience and how maybe I've handled it and how many times I had to go through the fire to get to that. But I can't judge anybody on their relationship. Because we've all been raised a different way. We've all been succumbed to certain energies in our life. Okay? And we play those out in our relationships. That's not making the situation right, what I did. But at the end of the day, that's how I felt. And ain't no taking it back. And I agree with everything I said because I know how my mental got there. And I ain't afraid to say that. So we both didn't know how to have a healthy relationship. We had to learn it. It took us so much. I mean, we went through a lot our first 10 years. Okay? We don't have domestic violence. We don't went to jail. Okay, we didn't know how to communicate really at all or express because what we was taught was not the right way to do it. Okay, like it really wasn't. But it took us to actually have a kid to flip the script. All right, because we was playing everybody else's script. All right, once we got married and we had our kid, we got pregnant. Now we were starting to write our own script. We were starting to make a change. We had already bonded. I mean, I know a lot of people will say, you know, what they call it, what is that type of bonding? I can't even get it, y'all. Somebody give me the word right quick. But that's what I'm talking about. But I can't get the word. But anyway, we bonded in such a way, because we didn't have a lot of things growing up when it came to relationship. Trauma bonding. Thank you, sis. A lot of people will say trauma bonding is really bad. It can be bad if you don't evolve from it. Okay? If you and the person or the people that's in your circle have bonded in a situation because y'all all can relate, which is the relationship of it all, then, and if y'all grow, each other grow, encourage each other to get up out of that type of trauma, then it can be very powerful. But it only becomes very settling, very, bad in a situation, low vibrational if you're not moving, if you're not growing from it. We came in our relationship with a lot of trauma bondage. We sure did. We didn't have a lot. We can relate to a lot of things that we grew up around. That's what kind of brought us connected deeply. That's what gave us a solid connection, because we could understand each other's upbringing. Alright? And I'm trying not to cry on here. Whew. Hold up, y'all. I gotta get myself together. Because this really hurts sometimes just talking about it. When you don't have the proper skills or knowledge or, how to express your emotions, how to communicate. It's hard. It's hard. We went through so much. We went through hell our first 10 years. Oh my God. I said I was not gonna cry. When I started. It was hell. We went through so much. So much. And of course some people were like, well, why did you leave? Why didn't you leave, Drake? I actually did leave. It was just becoming too much at one time, at one point of our lives, in our journey, in our relationship. I actually did leave. And I grew. I learned a lot from other people, from dating. But for some reason, for some reason, I knew that what we had was deeper, and and sometimes I was taking it for granted. Yeah, I was taking that shit for granted at some points of our relationship. And y'all, give me 1 second, let me grab a napkin. Oh my God. I took it for granted. Some people would say, I shouldn't put my stuff on the internet, but I'm just a very public person. I'm not afraid to discuss, any type of issues I got on with myself. I don't be looking for validation for nobody. It's just a thing of expression for me. Sometimes I have to go back and read a lot of stuff that I say, listen to a lot of things that I say, reiterate in my mind so I can kind of just understand and move past it and realize sometimes it just be shit that I don't need to even shed no light on. But we didn't have a lot of that, so our relationship was hell the first 10 years. I left. I started dating. I started learning different relationships. He had to go through his things. And eventually, when my sister transitioned, thank you, bro. It's hard trying to do this. I'm really like, whoo. My mom would say, girl, you embarrassed. But no, I'm not embarrassed. I'm actually just, it's honesty. And sometimes people can say, just by you being honest, you being honest, you embarrassing yourself. But I'm really just being honest. I have to be honest. This is the only way I'm going to be able to evolve in a way that I need to, regardless of how the situation might end at, But I'm talking about me and my accountability of this, this part of this relationship. It has nothing to do with him because I put the nigga through hell. I really put this nigga through hell, y'all. Okay, yeah. I wasn't the average female. Thanks, sis. It is healing. It is. I've been talking to myself all day, prepping myself for this moment. I've been talking to myself damn near all week. Like, Dree, come on. It's not even that. You need to look at this thing, You know what you got. You know what type of man you have. And it ain't even that type of energy. You got to stand solid into what you have, what you accounted for, what you've done, what you put out, your way of thinking. Okay? And maybe, me, I got to reflect on the way I think. It's not even really how he think. Sometimes my thinking is really harsh, cutthroat. Yeah, it has been, in the first 10 years, it was either my way or the highway. Yeah, I put him through hell. So I can be honest about it. I definitely did. And to be honest, y'all, he was trying to love me. And I wasn't the type of love that he was trying to love me in a way that I wasn't used to. But I knew that, he would, he had certain ways that I wasn't, with. You know what I'm saying? We still had certain areas we had to grow from. We was young, y'all. We met at 19. Alright? We met at fucking 19. Alright? But, before I'm getting too far off subject. But, my trust issues, my insecurity, it all kicked into my mind. Because I'm like, I've never been in a space where we ain't been in the meeting. The meeting has always happened. Even if it was a month or two or whatever, however, a week ago or what, we've always had a meeting. Okay? We ain't been this far out in the meeting. So now my mind is really taking a toll on me. Okay? Women, you know what I'm talking about. When shit ain't adding up. And even if that person is, you can see the honesty in the person. You can see what it really is, but your mind be like, nigga, you lying. I don't give a fuck what you saying. You are fucking lying. Like, what you doing? Yes, relearning that love. You right, sis, relearning the love language. After all these years, like, for real. Like, we've been married for 12 years. And we've been in a great space. I ain't gonna say we have been in bad spaces. We have our problems just like any other relationship. But that was something that was new to me. Okay? Not being in an intimate space for that long. And what? Normally when we realize that it's been some time between, we right on the meeting. Okay? the meeting is gonna happen. All right, but the meeting wasn't happening at that time. That's because we had so much going on. And so I had to sit again with myself and reflect on all this shit again. All right? Even though insecurities was kicking in, okay? You know, when you in this insecurity state of mind, all right? You know, you govern your own mind, all right? And everything that you challenging in and challenging out, you govern all of that, okay? So my insecurities was all over the place because I'm like, this ain't just, the mouth ain't matching. What's going on with the meeting? Now you say 2, I say 3. It ain't happening. All right. So what I do, I regurgitate to the old fucking energy. Okay. The accusations. Okay. The assumptions, because that's something that I've already dealt with in the past. I'm woman enough to address that. I'm woman enough to say that. Okay. Yeah, we women, we go through that shit. We will tell a nigga quick, fast, in a hurry, nigga, you lying. Ain't nowhere in hell. Ain't no way in the motherfucking hell. Ain't that much kindness, ain't no much, none of that in the world. Alright? But that's because our insecurities is fucking out of whack. They out of tune. Alright? So by you governing your mind, you know, like I said, you challenge what's coming in and you challenge what's going out. Alright? So when your mind is insecure, that's because your security is it's not solid. Okay? Alright? Your security in your mind is not secure. And sometimes, I'm just gonna say this too, bros. Sometimes when we in those states of mind, all it takes is for you to navigate, alright, that security back into her. Alright? By giving her the security she needs. Alright? Even if you gotta sit her down and say, look baby, I know this what it might look like and what it might seem, but I promise you this is not what it is. Okay? But us women, we have trust issues. Alright? So it's hard for us to take that in. I've been learning that I just have to accept what he say. Shit, I ain't got no motherfucking evidence except my fucking mind playing tricks on me. Alright? Alright? That's it. We just need a little reassurance, because our mind will definitely go into all of that shit. And you be like, what the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker? What is going on? They looking at us all fucking crazy. They got every reason to. They not understanding why the hell you not... Baby, I'm telling you, okay, I'm trying. Even if they not trying as fast as we do. Because, you know, we women, we evolve, we grow real fast. Men, it take them time. It do. And you have to give them patience. I've learned that in my relationship. You gotta give them time. You gotta give them patience. They got trauma too. Alright? And when you goddamn kick off those signals, yeah. Sometimes it will push that energy away. But sometimes that signal will bounce right back with you. When you talking about me, what the fuck you doing? You know, like the madness of your own mind. Okay? Because of this darkness that we wandering around in our heart. Okay? So yeah, you gotta have patience, because I've learned to have patience with him too. And this is another reason why I've been in my relationship for so long. Because I knew from the beginning we didn't have the skills to have a healthy relationship. This was definitely gonna be a journey. Okay? If this is something that we really want, this is definitely gonna be a journey. It's definitely gonna be many trials and tribulations. Alright? You gotta look at it from every angle. Because if you don't look at it from every angle, just looking at it from a certain point of view, it's gonna always fuck you up in the end. Okay? You're gonna definitely have a good ass whooping and realize this is what you didn't look at it. You missed it all over again. I was just in a situation last year. Okay? If a lot of y'all don't remember, I was just in a situation last year with my relationship. Yeah. Sure was. that shit came up in my memory, and I'm like, damn. Around the same time, this same shit is going on. I mean, it wasn't the same shit, but it was a different shit, but the same disconnect. Alright? And I realized, I said, damn, I didn't gain it. I didn't get it. I was making, we'll make some drastic decisions too, women. All off of because the mental, once that heart get the congruent up, and you in that darkness space, that dark space within yourself, that shit becomes into your mental. Alright? Yep, black men do have so much drama. You gotta have a lot of patience. You definitely do. It's a reason why it's the mother-son energy. I mean, like, for real, y'all. We can't look at it no other way. It is a reason why you have to have patience. Once you have patience with the man, he is going to give you all the patience. Okay? But if your patience is low, his patience going to be low. Okay? Alright? Right, sis? And if we make those drastic, impulsive decisions, guess what they do? They make the same goddamn decisions. Now, I'm not saying that you got to be a fool in a relationship, because that's not it. You know when you dealing with somebody that is some foolery, some bullshit. Okay? Because you damn near on a goddamn a spinning wheel, like a fucking mouse. It's the same shit every day. You know when it's a motherfucker you need to get off that wheel with. Okay? But then we have relationships, alright? And we don't talk about relationships publicly. Everybody is taught to keep the shit in. I mean, I had my elders, they came to talk to me, and I'm so grateful they talked to me, because they made me see some shit from a different angle that I need to look at it from. Alright? You so focused on, I was so focused on the speculation and the accusation of him cheating. Yeah, I definitely said what it is, what it is, that bitch can have you. Because shit, from a female point of view, that's definitely how we gonna speak. Instead of just sitting, I should have took another day or two and let that shit marinate. Alright, because we prone to just make drastic decisions. Alright, and that I'm not giving no dang on excuse on it at all, y'all. I agree with everything I said. Alright? But I understand why I moved that way too. Alright? And I know I have other women. I have my younger generation, my nieces. They looking at me too. Alright? Okay, I should have took my ass to sleep. Went back to sleep and tried it over again. That's what I should have did. But, it is what it is, because it had to be spoken. Because a lot of us is actually going through a lot of things lately since January kicked in. And a lot of women have been going through a lot of shit. And we've been prone to keep that shit in. No. I have open spaces where we talk, because we need that. Men need that too, though. Because sometimes when we talking to them and we saying some real shit to them, they shut down. They ain't trying to hear that shit. And yeah, you can be 100% right. But the way we articulate shit too sometimes, it can be a little too much for men. Because when I said that my husband said that I was unattractive. No, he ain't unattracted to my body now. No. I should have been a lot more clear on it. He said that I'm unattractive because of my mouth. Yeah, a lot of us women, we got that mouth. That mouthpiece. And when we in a relationship, about not having healthy ways to communicate and shit, we tap into that shit. Yep, delivery is definitely the key. And I've been learning that, still learning that, okay? Because my delivery definitely can be a little too too up there, it's too high. You know, he like, who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is you? Who you talking to? You ain't my mama. And I'm like, I ain't trying to be your mama. You see what I'm saying? Okay, my husband has said the same thing about my mouth. I'm for real though, sis. You know how we be. You know, like especially if you have not grew up on how to, or was raised on a proper way to communicate, tone, and all of that shit. We be goddamn just at each other. You know? And then we have to get into a space. We have to both, we have to go to our own spaces, calm down, and then we talk. I don't want to do that no more. Okay? Exactly, sis. To keep it real, a lot of men have to let go of the ego to reach level instead of keeping everything. Yeah, you do. You do. And I know I can get very masculine. Okay? I know this. Yeah, I do. I know this. But I had to be that way. See, it's when I say a lot of people, of course you don't know my story. I had to be that way. I didn't have no father figure around. My dad was in jail, okay, for a minute. My uncles was in jail, okay? So I had to be masculine. Alright? There was no father. Okay? There was trauma niggas that came in and play. Okay? I'm gonna call them that. Trauma ninjas. They was around because I became traumatized. They were not real fathers. They were not protectors. Okay? So I had to be masculine. And that means I had to protect myself. Alright? Not only not protecting my body, because my body was being used left and right. But I had to protect my damn mental. Okay? And once I had, and being able to protect your mental, you have to be in full masculine energy. Because you don't want to be in a space where you feel like, you weak, or, you feel like, you're going to do certain things. I've had my heart, let me just be, hold on, y'all. Because I'm getting too far. I've had weak moments where I wanted to take my life. Tried it twice. Okay? I've had moments, multiple, that I've dated older men. Right? Because I didn't have a fucking father. Okay? I've hung around street dudes all my life. Okay? Alright? So I'm not putting on no persona. This is me. So I had to be that way for a very long time. Now, just about towards the end of last year, a couple of my family members like, you need to soften up a little bit. And I do want to soften up. I want to be fully tapped into my feminine energy. I like it there. Okay? I like it there where my man can lead. Yeah, I like that. I love it. I don't want to have to come off my motherfucking throne to ever have to feel like I have to lead everything. I love to be in that unison. I love being a mother. I love being a wife. I love all of that. I love being connected to my brothers. You feel me? I love that soft girl era, that energy. I want to be always tapped into that. Alright? I don't want to always be in my masculine. At all. I want to tap into that too. But I had to be that way because I had to protect myself. Alright? It was a survival thing. Okay? And it's kind of hard for me to... It's gotten better, I say that. But it's still... I still have my moments. I do. Because certain triggers come into play too. Which cause me to be in the masculine energy. And then I be very defensive. Alright? Then my mouth goes like from 0 to 100. Okay? And it's just like, whoa. And he be in the feminine sometimes. And I be like, we in the wrong. We need to switch. Okay? Cause I'm definitely seeing me. Okay? And I'm definitely seeing a lot of shit that I don't like about myself. Okay? Because feminine energy is gonna make you see yourself all day, every day. Okay? So when he say, it's my mouth, I'm like, damn. At first, I was like, well, you know how I've been for all these motherfucking years. What the hell you talking about? My mouth has been the same. Now, I've changed, certain, characteristics, with communication, but I've still been hardcore on a lot of conversations, It'd be hard sometimes for me to bend and fold. I'm gonna be honest with it, but I gotta keep going with it, y'all. I gotta keep going. It's been a lot, y'all. Okay. So with the insecurity, right? My mind wasn't secure, okay? This is the time that we actually should have been talking. It was too much in the middle for us to even have a balanced talk. Because, all these other scripts start coming into play. All these old experiences and shit that, we're not supposed to be carrying in the new mindset, okay? Yes, our traumas do bleed into our relationships. Yep, it's nothing wrong. I know that now that it's nothing wrong to be submissive. But yeah, you do have to still have a level of respect. You definitely do, Yeah, you definitely do. And I know, my upbringing, it was a lot of disrespectful shit going on. A lot. And I've learned to minimize a lot of that. You still got to take it day by day. But I've learned to minimize a lot of that, But it just had me, my mind just had me like really, really in a space where trust definitely kicked in, insecurity kicked in, self-doubt kicked in, all the things that I talk about, all the things that I preach about, and I normally go a different route. Hitting the internet is definitely that means I'm at my lowest if I ever bring anything like that to the internet. Alright? But I'll always have like a circle of people I go to, I talk to. I talk to myself, I talk to him. I go through all of these lengths, to gain understanding before I feel like I was, I'm telling you, it felt like I can't even relate to that space no more, and that was in my mind because I've grown from that, and it drew me off course with everything. Even I started out smoking. That's not what I wanted. I'm at the point I'm done with raising my blood pressure, stress level to get my point, done with trying to make anybody understand what I'm saying. Yeah, we do. We do have to stop doing that. We do. I had to. And sometimes when I just ignore, not ignore it, I just let the shit go. Within like a day or two, that conversation can be, we'll talk about it in a different a different perspective, a different outlet. And it's more in understanding. But I don't even try to force shit anymore, because with the connection, it's mutual. I'm not trying to force my mind into somebody else's mind. It's just the connection that's important to me. Like with the whole, you being spiritual, your family being still in a religious mindset. I don't care about that no more. I can still have a intellectual conversation, and still have a gaining of understanding on my perspective versus their perspective. It's the connection for me. Because connection is love. Alright? And once you have that love, that connection, you can be honest with yourself. Just being honest with yourself and just like, it is what it is. Alright? But if it gets to a point where it's actually disturbing your peace. Alright? Like with me, it was disturbing my peace. So much that All kind of shit was coming out. The signal was haywire. Okay? It was destroying my peace. My mouth was off the fucking chain. Alright? I was becoming defensive. Alright? I wasn't secure. I felt unwanted. I felt all this type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Just because I couldn't get that understanding across. Alright? But even with that, I wasn't accepting his understanding. No, you wrong. That ain't right. Alright? And one thing about love is understanding everybody's perspective. There's no wrong, no right. It's just understanding that level. Their level of understanding and my level of understanding. And somewhere in the middle we will meet. Alright? Now if you ain't meeting in the middle, that ain't it. That ain't that. Because my husband gives me the space to be me. Alright? That's one thing I can say. He gives me the space to get on here, to do the internet, to speak, to tap in, okay? To be in tune with myself, even though his mindset, his level of understanding is not where I'm at. But we connect on a deeper level. That's love. That's the unison that we have. But when you're not having this peace, you know, I used to go out, meditate. Alright? You know, y'all know I was out meditating, going to the park, you know. Those things help. Having a circle of people definitely helps. Alright? Alright? But, you know, we grew from a lot of things. So when we went having this meeting in the bedroom, y'all, that's what it was brand new to me. I ain't never had that problem. Never. We ain't never had that problem. But, you know, like I said, dealing with your mind and dealing with your heart, and you in this wandering space, you conjure up all kind of demises and assumptions and accusations. Okay? I be having fucking crazy ass dreams. I had a dream the other day. Shit was crazy. Alright? It was infidelity in the dream and all kind of shit. But one thing that stuck out is I was chasing my sister. Regardless of all of this shit was going on, it was just going on, and I'm trying to stay focused on this shit, and I mean, you know, I'm trying to, you know, make some sense of what's going on in the dream when I was going through the dream. But my sister kept coming in, and she kept, and every time I would see her, I would try to chase her. You know, I was trying to get to her. So when I was talking to my sis about it, I said, it's like I was chasing a ghost, sis. Yeah, I was chasing a ghost. Some shit that some energy that I don't conquered up in my own fucking mind. Alright, and my thing was to not let nobody, of course I don't want y'all to, of course, look at Shannon any kind of way, because Shannon ain't did shit to me. Shannon he was just as lost about the goddamn post that day that anybody else was. He ain't even seen the goddamn post. Okay, I had done deleted that motherfucker before he even seen it. He was like, what the hell? I didn't even know this was going on. What the fuck? You know? Pieces. So he was unaware. But I woke up on this energy, having these crazy ass dreams, thoughts, and all of this shit conjuring in my mind. You know, it's just bam. Now, I'm going to say this. What did I learn through this? When I went back and I reflected, when I went back and I reflected on these times that we had through the summer, that we didn't have no meetings, because like I said, it had been a minute. Okay? After summer had no end, that ended too. Okay? Now some people would say, damn girl, he was cheating. He was doing something with somebody else. No, I don't need you to feed my ego, baby. I don't need that, because I'm already thinking that now. I don't need that. Okay? Then you got women that actually like talk to your husband. You know, no. A lot of y'all had a lot of inspirational things to say under that post. That blew my mind. Y'all didn't feed my ego. Y'all gave me exactly what I need to do. Take your time, sis. All right? Whatever you want to do, that's what you need to do. All right? Definitely. Nobody was negative. Even though I didn't need it, I was doing that to get his attention. That whole post was to get his attention. And he didn't even get to there. He didn't see it. So when I told my sister, I was like, damn, I was chasing a ghost. It's like I was chasing a ghost in this dream. I was chasing a ghost. In my own damn reality. I had conquered up shit. Because I'm realizing this shit is going on. And what the fuck? So when I got back to sitting with myself this week, that's why I didn't go live the other day. Because I still was going through the motions. I had to go through this shit. So I can have a clear conscience on what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? How do I navigate through this shit? What the fuck did I not miss? I mean, what did I miss? Alright? So when I'm going through the sermon, I'm like, yeah, we had a great time. You know, we jamming, we close together, you know, we bonding, you know, we dressing alike, you know, we vibing the whole summer, we getting money, we was able to buy everybody Christmas, we had a great bang of the year, okay, and it was great. What I learned was, even though we didn't even have those meetings in the bedroom, those was the best time of our relationship that we got to experience. Learning that intimacy is not a necessity. All right? A lot of people would think, yeah, well, if you're not intimate, then shit, the relationship is over. It's not all about that. That's a bonus. It's actually a bonus. Okay? And to work yourself up to that is the powerful. I'm telling you, it's powerful as fuck. But anyway, okay, it's not a necessity. Okay? It's not. We have so many other eras in our lives that we connected on. Not just physically. Mentally, we was connected. Okay? Our souls we was twin flaming, baby. Alright? We had a great fucking time. I can't say it was nothing bad. I made it bad when I realized that it didn't happen. Not understanding the fact that, girl, we just had a fucking bang. We done leveled up in our relationship mentally. We used to be the couple before kids that was like rabbits every day. Okay? And still when we had kids, we still made it happen. But this is a lot of times when this happens in people's relationships, they go through divorce. They break up. Okay? And not understanding the shit that just took hand. Like, damn, Drake, he just worked 2 jobs. He was working 2 jobs. You were vendoring. Y'all was at multiple events. And every time we had something going on, the only thing I wanted to do at the day that we could was go to sleep. Sleep in. Alright? I just wanted to sleep. I didn't care. Yeah, it is so much more to intimacy than sex. And I definitely learned that. Because I know Shannon. Whether y'all believe me or not, I know that. He's not that type of person. Trust and believe. Okay? This man has always been for me. And I have been at times, like I said, against the shit. Took it for granted. Alright? But we both had to disconnect for a couple years to grow up. And once that happened, this relationship went all the way up. We was able to take the next step. And we was able to conceive. Because we have been trying for all that time. Especially the first 10 years. And I'm glad it didn't happen because there was all fucking chaos. It was no balance. It was no formation. This shit was all over the place. It was too destructive for me to bring any kid in. My mind wasn't where it needed to be.
Ready to see for yourself. Talk to your dermatologist about Litfulo.
Alright? Also, I knew that this man was for me. And I've said this before, even to women behind the scene. Okay? Regardless of what we done been through. Y'all can learn from my relationship. Yeah. I will be that. Okay? An example for that. Learn from my shit. Especially the ones that's known me for years. And the ones that seen me and Shannon relationship from the beginning to now. Yeah, learn from it. Alright? But we grew in our relationship. You know, I'm telling you. We grew so much. And it was a lot of the times, shit. Your girl was always bricking up. Okay? I always had the bricks. Alright? It was hard for him to get to me at times. Alright? Even though we both had a troubling past, he definitely wanted love. And he knew that I was able to give it to him, but I was being so fucking tough. You know what I mean? He like, girl, I know you soft because I seen it. Okay? But anybody that's known us from the beginning has known how our relationship has went from that era to where we at now. Alright? Definitely is. But when I first knew also, okay, who my spouse was going to be, who my reflection was going to be, it's when I was young. And I've told y'all, you know, women behind the scenes this story, you know, this experience, okay? When I was younger, I knew who I was going to marry. A lot of people don't know that. I knew. Alright? I knew the abbreviations of the guy I was going to be with. I knew how my kids was going to come in order. And I knew that that's the only person that I was going to have kids with. Now, this coming from a female that was in the hood that could have had a baby by any nigga. At any moment. But it was so many things instilled in my life at times that I didn't understand, like me being on birth control at an early age was the part of the reason why I had to save myself for this energy. Alright? Because myself had already seen that I didn't want to be in, you know, be another statistic. Alright? I didn't want to have that same storyline that I faced in the hood daily. I didn't want it. Alright? There was some mixed signals also in that vision when I was young. Like I said, I thought fighting and arguing was love. Showing your affection for each other. So of course that was in my vision. That played out in my relationship. Alright? I got married when I said I was going to get married from that vision. I got married to the person that's got the same initial I have. Okay? And the babies came in order. Alright? So when you already have a strong intuition within yourself and know that this shit is how it's going to play out, because my visions is damn near on point. Alright? And always have been, even when I was little. So I'm not going to talk your head off with it. I just know how I am, and, you know, when I deal with, you know, when visions pop up and how they play out. But I knew this and it happened that way. So that's another reason that has kept me in a relationship. Because I know the struggles I was going to go through in this relationship. Way before I got in this relationship. Alright? It was something I wanted to talk about. Cause I'm telling you, when I was diving in myself, it's just crazy as fuck. I realized, girl, sit your ass down. You need to sit your ass down, okay? Cause you had the best time of your life when you didn't even know you wasn't even active. Okay, you wouldn't even be inactive. You had the best time of your life. Y'all relationship was at its highest peak. Okay? And damn sure was. We didn't skip a beat. None of that. So I definitely learned that, especially when you got a lot going on and y'all doing it so much, we can't be so quick to judge. We can't be so quick to accuse or assume, especially when you've been there the whole time. Alright? But we as women love to use this word too. Our intuition. It's a woman's intuition is never wrong. That's a lie. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because we will confuse the intuition, which is definitely signaling us that something is going on. Okay? Something is going on. Something is off. Okay? With the connection. Okay? Whether it's with your spouse or it's with anybody else. Yes. That intuition is your signal that something is off. But we will say that the intuition is letting us know that somebody's cheating. It's basically letting us know that something is off. And sometimes somebody might be cheating. Okay, I'm not going to say they're not. But some of the times, okay, it's just signaling you that something is off in your energy and in the connection with somebody else. It's not necessarily that they're cheating. Alright? And if it is cheating, everything in the dark always come to light. Okay? That's why I don't go searching for shit. I don't go through my man's phone. I don't go through none of his shit. Okay? None of it. Because if it was meant for me to find something, that shit gonna pop out. Okay? It's gonna come right into the light. I don't have to go look for it. Alright? But the intuition will be going off and we automatically gravitate that somebody's cheating. Alright? So you have to be wise about that. You got to be aware of that intuition a lot more. Definitely had me thinking otherwise. Okay? Now intuition goes up into your heart space. It connects right to it. Alright? And once you get into the heart, alright, that's when you start to get into some of these old, you might find some old experiences, roots, alright? Some weeds, they gonna come up, okay? Which is signaling your mind, okay, to articulate what you feeling in your heart. Alright? So you got to be careful with intuition. Because we will get that intuition fucked up with deception. It's a big deception. It can be a deception. Alright? Your intuition is going off. Yeah, it's letting you know something ain't right. But we will deceive that intuition by our own experiences. Okay? Now say I'm not right. Say I'm lying. And sometimes it don't even be that at all. I ain't gonna say it's not that all the time, but sometimes it really don't be that. Now your intuition going off is because nigga, if something ain't right, you need to pay attention to what's going on with you and your space. Alright? In my situation, my husband he's been extra tired. Of course I bounced back. In my situation, our communication became to be, it became a little off, alright? Because I wasn't getting any type of reassurance or clarity, and I wasn't trying to take what he was saying, put it like that, just be honest. I wasn't trying to receive what the fuck he was saying. Because it wasn't lining up to my logic of, a mindset that I was already in. Okay? So, you got to be careful with the intuition because the intuition, yeah, it's going to let you know when something is off. It's going to let you know when something that you need to focus on your space. You need to focus on yourself and your space around you. Alright? So women, 9 out of 10, it don't even beat it. Your mate might be going through something. Alright? He might be battling something. Okay? That he feel like he can't talk to nobody about. Alright? Or he might feel like he can't talk to you about it. So he might talk to somebody else about it. And your intuition is going off because he feel like he can't talk to you. Alright? He might be facing some other shit. Health problem. It could be anything. But we have to learn to look at shit from every angle instead of just from that trauma. Okay? Them other old ass scripts. Alright? Alright? We have been conquered up some all kind of shit. I know I have over the times. I have. I be like, yeah, my intuition going off. I can feel it in my stomach. Something ain't right. You saying it. Something ain't right. Alright, you gotta, reflect to make sure it ain't you. Okay? You gotta make sure it ain't your space. You gotta make sure it ain't your spouse or your people, whoever you closely connected to. I know my people, they'll check on me. They be like, I felt like something was up with you. Yeah. You felt it. Because I be going through some shit too. Alright? So your intuition was right. I was going through some shit. Okay? I had to write down some notes so I could stay on point with a lot of stuff because like I said, I learned so much just by I've been shutting myself in a room just so I could just sit with myself and gain some shit, because this shit can't keep going on. Alright, we do have children. Alright, and we do want them to learn healthy ways of communicating, of expressing, having the real love, okay? Not only with being in tune with themselves about it, but being able to connect with other people. And if people are not for you, there's other ways to interact, okay? Without just giving this fucking drastic reaction, okay? You could just simply move on and let go, alright? Alright. It's easy being single. It's definitely easy being single. And a lot of times we'll get caught up in it. I know a lot of my people don't want to see me hurting. They don't want to see me sad. Okay? And I take everything that people say to me, in consideration. I deeply do. Alright? Even if it's, well, you got to do what makes you happy. If he don't want to do this, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, you right. Alright? You're not wrong when you're saying that. You are right. And I've been the person that anybody know me, it ain't never been hard for me to cut a ninja off at all. Definitely ain't been hard. Okay? I was cutting niggas off left and right like they was fucking branches. Okay? But when you build a foundation with somebody, okay, and it becomes to spread into a tree, yeah, y'all being in this unison together in this foundation, it's a lot different, okay? Y'all got too much stuff invested to walk away. But a lot of times people it's so easy for people to be single. Because if it's not your way, it's the highway. Alright? And not realizing that you have to bend the fold, you have to gain understanding. Especially if this is somebody that you know that you're going to be walking with. Okay? Everybody do have somebody for them. Alright? Everybody do. I don't give a damn if it's a dog. But when we talking about spouses, everybody has somebody for them, okay? And it's going to take you however long to get to that person. It took me to go through multiple ninjas, okay? I'm just going to say that. Multiple. And I still had to go through that relationship too. All right. And I had to learn. This has been a very deep rooted issues that's been happening in our community for years, in our generations. And we wanted to be the change. That's our spark. That's our love. We wanted to be the change. We wanted to change everything. We wanted to be different. Alright? It's easy to be single, like I said. And I had got this download dealing with the cell. Alright? And how it's easy to be single. Alright? Just to be one cell. Alright? Because that one cell can attach to just about anything. Alright? It can attach to any cell it wants to. Alright? With no attachments. Alright? But it's easy to be that single cell because you can just be attached to any and everything. Alright? It really becomes I don't want to say a struggle, but it really becomes a testimony when you decide to be committed to yourself. And when you be committed to yourself, that means that you can be committed to one person. You want to be committed to just one person because you're committed to yourself. You don't want to be attached. You don't want to be that cell that's with this cell and that cell and this cell. All right, just bouncing from this cell to this cell. You want to be connected to a cell that's going to create a strong connection, all right? A stronger connection, which is basically like going to mutate into a supremacy of supreme energy, like that love, that unison, that oneness, okay? Definitely your reflection, okay? Someone who's going to get you, that understands you from every angle, all right? So when you're not, so basically when you're not just connecting like with a cell, alright, you just all over the place, you breaking down other cells, you know what I'm saying? And that happens, that's where that it's not an STD, but the spiritual attachment starts to happen, alright? Alright? So you choose commitment, you choose change, you choose a solid connection, a solid foundation. You know what I mean? So you just don't want to be just this motherfucking single person out here. Unless you want to be single, that's fine too. Because you might connect to something else bigger than just, larger than just a being. All right? It might be the nature of things. Okay? It might that you have a different path to actually connect with multiple people on a spiritual plane of understanding. Okay? But I truly do believe that everybody has somebody for themselves. Yeah, I do. Because within themselves, there are two important elements, okay, that connect, all right, that that generates and creates more cells, all right. So I do believe that it is a cell for everybody. But I could be single, and it's not gonna solve anything, all right, because the only thing I'm gonna do is be more indulged within myself. I've also told my husband, if we didn't make it, or we don't make it, I don't want to deal with trying to build something else with somebody else. I actually want to just start building for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want the benefit just all for me. I mean, I just want to be solely married to myself. all over again. All right. Before I'm ready to give myself to somebody else. Cause I just can't see myself just going out there. All right. Jumping out of one situation and going into another. I don't need to feel that type of comfort. I bring that shit to myself. I don't need nobody. All right, if this lesson, this experience, this journey that we got together is supposed to meant for us to go our separate ways, then it's meant for me to love me. Because I done been with multiple niggas. I done been in multiple relationships. On lower vibrational energies and all. Alright? So I'm just going to restore all that energy into me. And into my children. Alright? So it ain't definitely about me going out here stepping out to do nothing. Because it's easy for me to be single. But I don't want to be. I don't want to be. It took me so long to get where I'm at in a relationship where I feel I'm happy. Even though we go through shit and even though I spaz out and say some shit, that's that ignorant mind human, that human experience, okay? So, I don't even know what else to say. I really don't, because he didn't even know I was going to say all of this. He didn't know I was going to go live on. One thing about men, they move on from situations real quick. Us women, we can't move on quick. We got to have answers, okay? We got to have some type of closure. We don't move on as fast as men. Men would just move on. They ain't got time for the shit, okay? Okay, we talked about it. We did it. Okay, it's over with. We still be stirring the pot. I know I do. I be still stirring the pot sometimes. And he be like, you ain't got to keep stirring the shit. I've heard you. It's what we gonna do? Facts, because that's where I'm at with it, loving myself more and my son. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a self journey. And it's so powerful when you are in tune with yourself, and you love on you, you know what I'm saying? And once you get into that mindset, you're not going to take nothing less than. You ain't going to take nothing less than that. And that's why I said what I said. If I moved the fuck on right now, it would just be me and them 2 children. Because the world ain't got enough of the men that I feel like has healed, okay? That's facing themselves. I don't want to have to deal with somebody else again, okay? And start all over, all right? With the whole healing process and all. I ain't got the energy. I don't. And where he has came is fucking amazing. It's fucking powerful. Okay? That man has came far from where the fuck he was at when I first met him. Shit, I'd really be a fucking fool. Alright? Life, they can move on with someone else and will still be in love with someone. Okay. Yep. I've seen that happen a lot. I have seen that happen a lot. That's just a void. You trying to create some type of void, alright, to make you feel whole, to make you feel complete. Alright? It's a deception. I'm not doing all of that. I'm doing it. And he has proven to me anyway and to himself that he's wanting to change. Alright? I just got to really have patience, y'all. Like I said, I use my masculine energy a lot. I do. And I'm trying to get out of that shit. I really am. But I've been there most of my life. Okay? That's just like with the damn cigarette. Okay? I've been smoking since the age of 11. That shit ain't gonna happen overnight. I'm gonna have to go through a lot of trials and errors. I'm giving myself that damn honesty and that space to understand it's okay to fail. It's okay to fuck up. But I got to stay consistent. Alright, you don't got off the wheel now. It's time to get back into the motion of what you want to do now, Drake. Being honest with myself. I could have beat myself up, but I chose not to. I chose to understand what is going on within me. Okay? Because when I put that energy out, it gave so many people so many different perspectives. Not the ones that was on the post. You know, just other people that be watching in the bushes. It gave so many people so many perspectives and satisfaction. Okay? Especially people live for drama. Grace and compassion for Tulsa. Okay. Hold on, since you erase. Okay, let's put it back up there. It gave so many people, you know, there was people like the goddamn, you know how we be peeking out the window. Oh, what the hell they got going on over there? What the fuck? Shit, sit still. What the hell's going on with sit still? You know, I would have been one of the motherfuckers too, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. But that's just real talk. I would have been one of those people. If I would see some shit, I would have been like, what the hell going on over there? You know, we all do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not scared to be a testimony. That's why I'm not scared to speak my truth. And I'm definitely not scared to be honest anymore. I'm going to be honest with myself and everything. Especially when it comes to my goddamn mind. That's your way of thinking. Alright? And sometimes we get caught up in that shit of your way of thinking that you automatically think of somebody hurting you or doing something to you because it's not lining up in your fucking logical mindset. Because you in your heart wandering around the bullshit. I know I probably had a lot of people say, that's why I said I'm not trying to go back on what I said because that's what I meant. That was actually accept my dark side of me speaking the fuck out. Okay, from a place where I felt like was a necessity. From a place that I felt like, you know, this is what we supposed to be doing. You know, which brought in the insecurities and, you know, all of the shit I was talking about earlier. So I definitely, if I apologize for anything, it's definitely I apologize the way it came off. Because I definitely just blurred this shit out. I had on went through the wire. I had on went through the circle. I had on went through my mind. I had on went through, you know, to talk to him. And I'm like, what the fucking, what? Somebody playing with me. Ain't no fucking way. Somebody playing with me. And we still ain't. I'm just gonna be honest because we've worked through the situation without even trying to be intimate. Because a lot of times we'll be intimate just to goddamn feel like that we don't made up. No. And that's another thing I learned. I didn't have to be intimate with him to make up for the shit. Alright? We got through it still. And I was like, you know, man, I'm telling y'all, my mind of how much I've been used in the past by men, by not having trust, by not having protection. You know, all of that shit still take a toll on my mental sometimes. And sometimes, most of the time, a majority of the time, I'm busy. So I don't be having the time to even dive into this shit. And most of the time, everything is good, you know? Like I said, that was just another stepping stone that I had to learn from. That's not a necessity. And a lot of people are not going to understand it because that's a necessity in their marriage, in their relationship. But intimacy happens in different ways. Okay? Yeah, with our backgrounds, it is. It's definitely good to get through it without that meeting in the bedroom. Okay? We can have a meeting in the bedroom. Telepathically, we can be tapping into the mind. Okay? Alright, let me caress your thoughts and you caress mine. Alright? Let you, you match my fly, I match yours. Alright? Let's have a good time. And here I am over here acting a fucking fool because, baby, sexually frustrated was just a fucking deception of my mind. And I just like, yo, that's why I was nervous, y'all. I was nervous coming on here, y'all. Because I'm like, I don't want nobody to think that I'm trying to persuade your mindset of my relationship or Shannon. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just being honest, y'all. And that's the only way I've learned how to be lately. Like, I've been battling shit before that. You know what I'm saying? I was battling shit before that part. I was battling trust issues with friendships, okay? With, my business. And that was just the top of the cake. It was a cherry on the cake. I fucking exploded. Alright? Which was supposed to have been my time to sit still and focus on this new mission of not smoking. Smoking those cigarettes. And here I am, done worked myself up. Done lost the faith. We just got to be honest with ourselves. I'm not saying be a fool. Definitely not. Some people definitely will leech on to your wisdom. A lot of people will leech on to the fact that, you will nurture them. You will carry them through. I'm not telling you to be a fool. I'm definitely not. But I definitely want you to be able to examine your mind on a broader perspectives other than just what the fuck type of scripts we were gave as kids. Because we've lost a lot of people, friendships, and all kind of shit just based off those scripts. Alright, we got loyalty all fucked up. Alright? People think you supposed to, loyalty is having my back. No, loyalty ain't having my back. Tell me when the fuck I'm wrong. That's loyal. Don't be there behind my back when I'm wrong either. Okay? Because I'm damn sure not going to be behind your back when you're wrong. I'm going to tell you when you're wrong. Alright? I don't need no yes men around me. I don't grow. You're not going to grow like that. That's people feeding your fucking ego. Alright? Our marriage is loyal. We got each other back. Alright? When I'm short on shit, he's right there, right behind me. And when he falls short, I'm there to pick him back up. We balance each other out. I'm learning still about my relationship. Alright? And whether I'm learning so much in this relationship just to learn to love myself, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. If this is my task, a part of my script, well not script, but my purpose is to learn so I can gain, okay, a higher understanding or understanding, right? Through this relationship, because we decided to be the change. We decided to change the DNA. We could have went our separate ways years ago. Alright? But, like I say, if you leave somebody and they come back, it's for a reason. Alright? Especially when the energy comes back and introduces itself in a different light. Alright? Like we both had to grow the fuck up. Alright? We had to reiterate our blueprint, what we want, and we had to stick to it. Alright? When times get tough, that doesn't mean go out. Step out. It doesn't. That's the times we actually need to be sitting in tune with each other. Alright? So we can regain a stronger connection. That's why I say a lot of people can't walk through my shoes, because a lot of people would have already been gave up. Shit, a lot of people don't gave up on me. Had gave up on me. Alright? And a lot of people gave up on him. Alright? Because they didn't have the patience. They was taught to the cutoff game can be strong, but they was taught to cut loose a lot of things that we supposed to learn from. Alright? Be cutting ties when we don't need to cut ties. And sometimes we have to cut ties to come back to those ties. Alright? But yeah, I just wanted to talk to y'all because I wanted to be honest about this shit. And he could have been like, you know, he could have been a whole different energy. He had every reason to be if he wanted to be. And he could have been very not okay with me coming live about our relationship. But see, he's learning to be in that honest space with himself where he can be, you know, be able to express freely. Alright? Alright? I'm just a little ahead of that. And that's because my healing journey started a lot sooner than his. But we gonna get there. And whether it's meant for us to be solid all the way through this thing, or it's just for us to take us to the level within ourselves, that's what we gonna do. Alright? But I see a beautiful thing happening. I see more understanding happening. And as long as I got my people in my corner, I got y'all, we gonna be okay. We gonna be okay. We gonna be okay. Alright? We gonna be okay. We definitely is gonna be okay. You know, you've had moments, we've all had moments where we wanted to let go of shit, but deep down inside we be feeling really guilty of letting go. And that's because it ain't the timing. You know, you're supposed to learn something from it. That's why you're feeling guilty about the situation. You didn't gain it. Yes, sis. Yes. I'm grateful. I'm just happy I pushed myself to come out and be this transparency. Because, transparent, because I definitely, you know, my family was like, you need to keep that shit off the internet. You need to stop doing it. And I was feeling silence for a minute, but I understood the reason why they were saying it, because a lot of people are not going to rejoice in you. A lot of people are looking for any type of flaws in your situation, your relationships. Those be them bugs, y'all, them roaches. You got to sweep them motherfuckers out the way. You know what I mean? But I'm learning. I've never even seen a relationship of marriage until I got into my teens. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't raised around marriages. Shit, I'm learning. Just like every fucking body else. He is too. We just willing to do it together. Now, we not gonna tolerate disrespect towards each other. That's one thing that we're not gonna do. We have said some shit towards each other, but we always come back to each other and like, yo, we can't do this, you can't say that. You know what I mean? It's not helping the situation. As by us having kids has definitely set our ass down to really have these tough conversations. Alright? And I know that it's a lot of people out here going through this shit right here. And they thinking there's something wrong with them. Or they thinking of, you know, the worst. But it really don't even be that all the time. At all. Especially when you know who you got. Alright? And what's us women, we definitely got to work on these trust issues. They still deep rooted in us. We working through them. But we got to work even harder when them triggers come up. You know, we got to work even harder because they'll put us in a dark space. And I definitely was. I wasn't eating. I didn't want to. I was in my bed all day. my house was out of order. You know, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing as a woman, as a mother. You know, I just wasn't. I was slacking. Shit, my hair was all over the fucking place. Today was like the day we doing something. Let's get out of this energy. You don't talk to yourself enough. You know what the game plan is, okay? You know what this relationship is about, okay? And you just got to be honest with yourself. So that's all I wanted to bring to y'all, though. But also, y'all, I will be, I got some classes, some lectures coming up. And I love when I be in this space right here. You know, I don't like to be in an uneasy space. I love when I'm in this type of space because I'm able to be active. I'm able to do, you know, stay busy. I'm able to plan. I'm able to dive in, you know, within myself and you know, find the wisdom, get the downloads. I love when I'm in this energy. You know what I'm saying? I do love it. So I really don't like to be in those situations, but I know when those things do come up, them storms coming up, it's because something greater is about to transpire. And I just have to go through it. I got to get myself through it. Because at the end of the day, it ain't really got nothing to do with this relationship. It has everything to do with my mindset. And if my mind is in a particular order, it's going to attract that type of energy. And you have to... That's a constant reminder we have to have with ourselves. Especially when you ain't got no damn evidence. Yeah, it is. It's growth in those uncomfortable spaces. It makes it uneasy. That's where the self-doubts and all of that shit start to take place. And all of that, you know. But like I said, within that time frame, when, you know, we didn't have those type of meetings. We had other meetings going on. And it was fucking great. Okay, to the point that physical type of, you know, meeting, it didn't even matter. It only became a problem when I realized this is what the fuck. Alright. But yeah, I got some meditation class. I got a meditation class for beginners that's gonna start next month on the 4th. I'ma start sharing it so y'all can, you know, kind of get it in your schedule. But I will be sharing it a lot more towards that week. And it's going to be at 11 o'clock in the morning, Easter time. But I know one of our last lives, we was talking about the threes. You know, how they, you know, how significant they are. So I do want to do a session talking about the infinite three. You know, and I'm going to do that in February too. Because like I said, that 3... 1, 2, 3, y'all. 1, 2, 3, baby. I'm telling you, once it went to me physically, it got me physically, it went to me mentally, baby. And it got to that heart, which is in that, where that soul. Alignment was off. Okay? So that's the 3, you know. It's got to be, you know, that 3 got to be in tune. But yeah, I definitely do want to do that with y'all. So I will get that information out soon. But it's definitely going to be next month too. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here because Shannon is home. Like I say, he give me the space to grow. I give him the space to grow. So that's what all that matters. The connection that we got. We have problems just like any other relationship. I just happened to put it on Facebook that day, y'all. Because that shit was mind blowing to me. I didn't understand what the fuck did I do. And realize I ain't even did nothing. It's just my mental, how I'm playing that shit out. So yeah, if you can be honest with yourself like that, then everything is limitless. You know what I'm saying? Your growth is going to always be greater. Alright? When you can be honest with yourself and take accountability of your mindset and how you articulate shit and how you created things in your mind that has no proof. You know what I'm saying? then you're going to gradually continue to grow in a greater energy, in greatness. That's what I want to say, not greater. So yeah, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. I would definitely see y'all soon. I've been watching a couple movies and I definitely want to talk about them coming up. And I definitely want to chime into the spirituality versus love. Okay? Because this is one of the highest topics I wrote down before I got into that shit right there with myself. And yeah, it's a conversation that we must have. The spirituality versus love. Because, a lot of people, they're still caught up on certain things. And they're not crossing over to where they need to. Yeah. He dealing with some shit too, y'all. And he got to take his own accountability. And all I can do is have the patience and understanding of it all. That's all I can do. Because at the end of the day, I do have to protect my own mental too. And by me protecting my mental, it helps me to keep everything in this household going. You know what I'm saying? Especially dealing with my kids. So, and it always works itself out. So, alright. But I love y'all. And I will talk to y'all soon. As always, love, peace, and oneness. And just stay aware of yourself. Alright? Just be honest with yourself. And it's going to take you all the way through. That's really all I got to say. Just be honest with yourself. And be aware of your own mental and your own heart. And it's going to always carry you through. Alright? But peace, y'all. Talk to y'all later.